Greetings, friends, and welcome back to Middle Earth. It feels like only yesterday that I was taking my first steps in Archet with absolutely no idea how big this adventure was going to become. In our first journey summary, we followed the road from Archet all the way to Bree, but Bree wasn't the end of the chapter. In many ways, it was where the real adventure began. Since then, I've walked beneath the trees of Old Forest, explored the Barrow-downs, traveled through Buckland and the Shire, met countless characters, completed more quests than I can probably remember, and somehow I survived all of it. Now, another road is opening before us. For the first time, we're leaving familiar lands behind and heading north. Our next destination is the North Downs. But before we go, let's go back as the journey that brought us here. Last time we talked a little bit about Bree Town, and I am really fond of this place. It is calming, fun, and beautiful place. And I saw lots and lots of players who playing not for quests or something like deeds or anything. They were just gathering in the city, dressing like they are bards, like they are a band of some music band, and just perform for random people walking around them. And it is really a nice thing because most of the time people in the MMOs or something like online games, they are running towards the end game, trying to get as fast as possible to min-max everything. Here, people are slowing down. They are making game for themselves. Like from the first level, it is the end game. The end game is all game from beginning till whatever comes next. Bree also became something else. It became home. No matter how far I traveled, somehow roads always seemed to bring me back here. I met new characters, discovered new stories, and slowly started to understand just how connected everything in this world really is. And soon, those quests started to taking me beyond the safety of Bree walls, much further beyond them. The Barrow-downs. This was probably one of the biggest changes in atmosphere I've experienced so far. The bright fields and busy roads were gone. Everything became quiet, foggy, ancient, and slightly uncomfortable. There were ruins everywhere, old burial places scattered across the landscape, and enemies that definitely weren't interested in giving me a warm welcome. Reading the quest, understanding why we were here, and discovering the stories hidden behind these places. That's one of the things that I've grown to love about Lord of the Rings Online. A location isn't just there because the game needs somewhere for you to fight enemies. There's a history behind. There's usually a reason you are there. And if you actually stop and read the quests, you start noticing how much storytelling is hidden everywhere. After spending enough time on the dead, though, I was very happy to see green fields again. Our journey eventually brought us into Buckland. After old forests and the Barrow-downs, it felt like returning to civilization. Hobbits, farms, small houses, food, normal problems. Well, mostly normal problems. Buckland was another reminder of something Lord of the Rings does incredibly well. You can go from fighting creatures in some dark, forgotten place, and shortly afterwards, you find yourself helping a hobbit with something completely ordinary. And somehow both feel like they belong in the same adventure. The world doesn't constantly need to tell you that you are the greatest hero that ever lived. Sometimes you are simply another traveler passing through and helping people along the way. And I really, really like that. And then we found ourselves traveling through the Shire. This might still be one of the most relaxing places in Lord of the Rings Online. Green hills, little villages, hobbits everywhere, and quests that can go surprisingly important to something wonderfully ridiculous, like a quest from the bingo boffin that we were helping him to start his adventure, running errands, giving back the stuff that he borrowed, and walking 3 or 5 times back to his house because he's always forgetting. It was very, very fun. After everything that we'd experienced around Bree and Old Forest and Barrow-downs, slowing down in the Shire felt almost like a vacation. Almost. Because somehow there's always another quest, another person who needs help, another road to follow, and probably another pie involved somewhere. But I think that's the part of the charm. Lord of the Rings Online isn't only about enormous battles and legendary heroes. Sometimes, and most of the time, Middle Earth is simply about the people who lives there, their homes, their problems, their stories, and that's exactly why I've continued reading the quests instead of rushing through them. Because sometimes the smallest quests end up being one of ones I will remember. When I started this series in Archit, I really didn't know what to expect. I thought I was simply starting another MMO, but somewhere along the road, my approach to playing MMO changed. I stopped worrying how quickly I was leveling. I stopped thinking about reaching the end game. Instead, I started caring about the journey. I want to know why I'm helping these people. I want to read their stories. I want to explore the places that Quest sent me. And Yes, I will probably continue getting completely lost while doing it. Starting in one place, then finishing in the other place, completely irrelevant to the quest I begin. Uh, that becomes part of adventure too. Every quest matters. Every little story adds something to the world. And I am beginning to understand why people have been exploring the version of the Middle Earth so many years. And now the road is changing again. Bree, Buckland, the Shire are starting to feel familiar. We survived Old Forest, we walked the Barrow-downs, but when I look at the map, there's still so much of Middle Earth that I haven't seen. And our next journey is taking us somewhere completely new. The North Downs. I don't know exactly what is waiting for me there, and that's exactly how I want it. No guides, no spoilers, just another road, another part of Middle Earth, and another chapter of adventure waiting to begin. So, that is our journey stands today. And somehow still feel like we're only at the beginning. If you've been watching since Archet, thank you for staying with me through this adventure. And if you're discovering the series for the first time, welcome. This is my first journey through Lord of the Rings Online, and we don't rush, we don't skip the story. We read the quest, explore the world, and discover Middle Earth one adventure at a time. Every quest matters. And now, it's time to see where the road takes us next. The North Down awaits. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in Middle Earth.